wants to begin with a little introduction and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon and the evening. My name is Truman Patterson, and I've had the honor and privilege to serve as the chapter president this semester and into next semester as well. It's been an amazing experience and so grateful that you all joined us for this evening. I want to begin by welcoming and thanking each of you. It's been amazing to see just the firm foundation that FarmHouse has been built on, and that goes to all of you alums and supporters of FarmHouse fraternity. We definitely would not be in the place that we are today if it wasn't for your help, and we're so grateful for all the support that you guys have provided for us. Throughout the course of this year, we've had many opportunities to build each other up as individuals, as well as to push each other in all areas of the fourfold. Promote brotherhood within our organization, and make memories that will truly last a lifetime. Our executive team began the semester in St. Louis, Missouri at the FarmHouse Leadership Institute. There, we had the opportunity to learn a lot about what it means to lead FarmHouse fraternity and meet a lot of great friends along the process. While we were there, we also had the opportunity to receive the Ruby Cup, which is awarded to the top chapter among all of FarmHouse International. And it was a big honor to It's certain that excellence is at the foundation of FarmHouse fraternity, and that's what we're built on. Our membership has continued to strive for it. We've placed top in grades this past semester with a house average of 3.59. Recorded astounding more than 50 hours of community service per member and raised more than $25,000 for philanthropy in the last year. We have worked hard to represent FarmHouse well. While proud of our accomplishments as an active membership, winning the Ruby Cup has given us an opportunity to reflect. It's given us an opportunity to reflect on the legacy that the men and women who have come before us as part of this organization have left. We truly would not be able to be where we are today if it weren't for the people who have come before us to lay that foundation and to promote what we're working with here today. We're so grateful for your generosity, your support, and the foundation that you have set for us. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the time, pleasures, and comforts that you've given to allow us to be so successful today. This semester, our chapter has had really sweet opportunities to have fun as well as to work really hard. This began before classes even started with our annual FarmHouse ski trip. This year we had more members than ever before, with 58 guys in attendance on the slopes. As we got back here to Ames, we welcomed the largest spring class on record, initiating 9 new members into our brotherhood. Another highlight of this semester was the success our chapter found with the lovely ladies of Delta Gamma through our Greek Week competitions. For the second year in a row, we placed top in Greekland in both the Olympics activities as well as our lip sync show. Woo! While making fond memories and having a blast in the process, the men of FarmHouse continue to pride ourselves on the success in these events. One of the sweetest parts of the semester was getting to welcome some of our favorite people for Mom's Club, the Mom's Weekend. It was such an honor to be able to welcome them in, show them exactly what we've been doing, and share the weekend with them, as well as it was a special opportunity to be able to honor Jamie as it's her last year here with us. With that, with that opening in the house director position, our chapter was tasked with the important responsibility of finding an individual who would continue to direct our membership well and build us up. Led by an amazing house director search committee, we're proud and excited to share with you that we'll be welcoming Lisa Richter into the position of house director for this upcoming year. We invite all of you to introduce yourself to her this evening and generously welcome her in. Every semester, we strive to build each member of our organization up in the areas of the fourfold. Through this course of this semester, we put some tremendous growth within each member as we're striving for excellence. With our continuous pursuit of academic achievement, we've been able to hold members accountable for going to classes, studying for exams, as well as we've been able to sharpen our intellects with the first annual spelling bee this year. Yeah. On the social side of the fourfold, we've had a total of 7 different socials this semester alone, with sorority organizations on our campus, which we've had a blast with. In addition to that, 2 weekends ago, we were able to go out to Chicago for our FarmHouse Formal event, and that was an amazing opportunity to explore the city, entertain our dates, and get to grow this brotherhood even stronger. Moving past, we have also been able to push forward on the physical side of the committee. With the amazing help and generosity of our association board, we were able to renovate the Poly K, our weight room downstairs, and we're so grateful for all of their work to make that a reality. As we continue to see guys grow in the physical side of the fourfold, we can count it for the accountability that guys are being held up to. Guys are showing that through new personal records and the lifts they're pushing up and their workout initiatives, as well as great participation even this past week with the Drake Road races and the half marathon. God has also continued to work in and through our house this semester. We've had the opportunity to host 5 different weekly Bible studies across different denominations. We've seen guys really grow in their relationship with the Lord this past year, and it's been such a blessing to see how our guys continue to live out what it means to be builders of men. While the semester's winding down, that means a new season for so many of us, and there's truly so much to celebrate. Thank you guys for all coming out and supporting our philanthropy last night. And those who were here, it was an amazing event, and we really get to have just such a sweet opportunity to experience what it looks like to have a lot of fun, as well as serving a great cause. This year, we were raising funds in support of Testicular Cancer Society, and we were honored to be able to have such a successful event. So thank you to all who attended and planned. We truly have so much to celebrate with the semester coming ahead as well, but we wanted to take a second to honor all the amazing seniors. It's been such a sweet honor to be able to get to know these guys who are going to be graduating, and on next Monday, we'll be having the the Ruby ceremony to be able to honor those guys. But tonight with all of you, wanted to take a moment to honor those seniors as well. They've done so much for both our organization and chapter here at FarmHouse, as well as for the entire student body. There's been amazing seniors in this pledge class that will be graduating, and we're so grateful for all of you. So thank you, seniors. And finally, as we look into the future, we're excited to be on the dawn of the 100th anniversary of our brotherhood here at Iowa State. It's so special to be a part of such a long-lasting organization, and it's maintained that tradition of excellence throughout the years. I want to conclude my speech this afternoon by inviting and encouraging you all to join us for our centennial celebration. This event will be Saturday, April 27th in 2027. And it's by your generous support that we get to be on the brink with such an amazing celebration. So thank you all.
Thank you, Truman, and thank you all for coming here tonight. My name is Dwayne Wolf. Most of you know me. I'm the president of our association board. For starters, on Thursday, I gave a 2.5-hour talk to a bunch of insurance professionals about gas fires and explosions. Be all comfortable? I put the over-under at this talk at 2.5 hours. So just stretch out, get comfortable. But for those of you that know me, I'm generally a man of few words. If you know my family, you know the 2.5 hours of talking is like my month's quota. But I still thought I could make a run at this 2.5 hour thing. But then Professor Bahadur, who was a mechanical engineering professor when I was on campus, he taught ME 322, which was the intro to manufacturing class. And back then there were generally three instructors that taught that class. And at the end of the class, there was a term paper. For 2 of the instructors, that term paper was 35 to 40 pages. 1 student, 1 computer, 1 topic, 1 term paper, no group projects. But for Professor Bahadur, It was 5 or 6 pages, minimum max. He says on the first day of class, you don't want to write it, I don't want to read it. That's where tonight's 2.5-hour talk went. I don't want to prepare it, you don't want to listen to me. So, why are we here tonight? No, Nolan Weber, we're not here so you can find us if we're not. We're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate the initiative of 12 men on this campus 98 years ago to form the beginnings of what's become 98 years later, this fraternity that we've all been a part of or are a part of still today. Yes, 98 years ago, Truman stole my thunder. I was going to be the first to plug our centennial. But I'm going to plug it. I'm going to follow you and plug it again. Forget about Ash Bash, daiquiri party, the basement at 321, which was about right here where I stand. We're going to go straight past El Bunkhouse and straight on to Hilton Coliseum. Our 100th anniversary will be at Hilton Coliseum in 2 years. Dr. Stephen Lonergan has graciously stepped forward to chair a committee. They've already met, so plans are underway. We thank Dr. Lonergan for his initiative and leadership in starting that, but be looking. It's going to be a big one. But we're also here to celebrate some other things. We're here to celebrate the contributions of House Director Jamie, who will be retiring in a few weeks. Jamie, you started with us shortly before COVID. You stuck with us. We thank you. We thank you for all you've done. We hope that you still call this one of your homes and always feel welcome to come back and join us. As Mary Claire as an example, she still comes back and checks in on us, so we hope that you do the same anytime. We also celebrate those among us that are going to be graduating in a few weeks. We thank you for your time here. We look forward to all of you coming back as advisors, as association board members. Thank you. Also, in a moment, we're going to celebrate a number of scholarship and award winners. We thank you for your pursuit of excellence and your continued mentoring for the young men that join our membership. But not only do we celebrate, but how do we celebrate? We celebrate tonight as one FarmHouse family. To our alumni, our donors, our house directors, our parents, our families, the active chapter, we all gather as one for this celebration tonight. From this beautiful home to the scholarships that we're about to award, it is through our one family here at FarmHouse, an all hands on deck approach that tonight is possible. While there is much discord and disagreement in the world outside these walls, and I'm not going there, may we truly celebrate tonight as our one FarmHouse family. And as I mentioned earlier, I am president of the FarmHouse Association Board. And if you look this property up on the Story County Assessor's site, you'll see that we are legally, the association board is the landlord for the active chapter that resides here. We collect the rent. However, most landlords buy a property and try to turn a financial profit. Well, we don't seem to be doing that. So if that's our goal, either we as a board are failing, or Eugene is skimming some off the top and the bottom. And I'm not going to accuse him of that because then he'll quit and give me the job. So
I vote for B.
So, no, we do not invest here at 311 Ash Avenue in a financial profit. We invest in the young men who reside here, and through our efforts, we try to provide them. We invest in a top-notch facility. Our donors invest in scholarships. And that is how we measure our investment. It's in our people. As Truman said, we just recently renovated the Poly K. We darn sure better have the best gym in all the Greek system down there. That's kind of a fun project. Some of the projects aren't quite as glamorous. When you start remodeling bathrooms, they're very functional. They're kind of like shopping at Walmart. You gotta have a toilet that flushes. But as a board, we are always looking for new projects, new ways to invest not only in the facilities, but through the work of Corby and others, growing the scholarship. So we are always looking at new and different and better ways to invest in the young men that join the ranks of our membership. But we couldn't do it without everybody. So we thank you for all of that. Now let's keep this celebration going and move on and recognize some of our members and their contributions. Thank you. Adam Victor's going to get this next round going.
Thanks, Dwayne. I mean, yeah, you talk about investment. I think this is one of the times where we get to see the return. You invest with the expectation that it's going to grow somehow, some way. And I guess I got the fun job of being part of the scholarship selection committee. So myself, Dr. Brian Warmey, Derek Lucina, Joe Waters, and then Adam Wash helped review and select the scholarship winners. And I guess for anybody who's not as familiar with the chapter, I'm kind of on the fringe. The house is in really good shape, just based on everything that we read in the essays. The fourfold is just being exemplified really well, and yeah, you guys are crushing it. So I think, yeah, the GPA alone is staggering. So, but there's always room to improve, right? Also, the spelling bee. That's something else. That's a good idea. We never thought of that. So yeah, we will be awarding scholarships. As your name is called, come on up here. Adam will be up here. Are we taking pictures of recipients? Okay, so as your scholarship called, come up. You can applaud as they're coming up. For the group scholarships, let's have everybody come up and then take a picture at that time. So just a few logistics there. Also, just very special thank you to the donors. I know we've got a lot in the room. So yeah, enjoy seeing the return. I encourage you to seek out the donors, the guys who are getting the scholarships, seek out the donors who are here. Donors, when you see the people getting your scholarships, make sure you connect with them afterwards. It's what it's all about. So I encourage you to do that when we wrap up. There's over $90,000 getting awarded this evening. So that number also continues to grow due to the generosity of donors. So, and a good year in the markets. It does impact how much we're able to award every year. So I will start by announcing the recipients of the Eugene and Linda Lloyd Scholarship for Excellence. This scholarship award is available from the W. Eugene and Linda Lloyd Iowa State Farmhouse Educational Excellence Endowment Fund that was established by a gift from Linda Lloyd, who is here, and thank you for coming up, Linda. The scholarship is intended to recognize and reward excellence as a farmhouse man. The recipients have demonstrated academic achievement, exemplary integrity, ethics, initiative, and industry conducive to ongoing leadership, career potential, and service to others. They lead and serve within the chapter, the fraternity, the university, and the larger community. There are 7 $5,000 awards being awarded tonight. The first recipient is Ian Strawbers, and I apologize on last names and some first names from the get-go. So Ian, come on up. Ryan Goodman. Ryan Vanderleest. Truman Patterson. Zach Schmitz. Let's congratulate these guys one more time. Corby, why don't you come up while they're doing the picture? Don't walk in front though.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'll introduce myself. I'm Corby Fichter. I'm part of the Heritage Fund Scholarship. The Heritage Fund founded in 2023, so it's a new one. Remember Paul and Julie Castle started this a few years ago. Since then, Tim Dunbar, Tim Smith, and I have joined that, and we are halfway home of wanting to raise up to $250,000 for this scholarship, and we're $130,000 today. So we thank you for all the donors. And today, and this award is basically for agriculture. We all had an interest in ag. Our board is part of Ag Forever, and all scholarships, or not all scholarships, but all majors are great. But we want to continue to find a way to honor those in ag and continue that tradition. So we have 9 $1,000 scholarships this year, and like son Adam, pardon me if my last names quite aren't right, but when I mention your name, why don't you come forward? Aaron Schluter. Aiden Bastion. Aiden Bauer. Aiden gone? Okay. Chase Dollar. Joseph Aiken. Logan Demling. Matthew Andrews. Sam Sedon. And last but not least, William Gerhold. Congratulations, guys, and thank you for all you do.
Squeeze together, boys.
Congrats, guys. Next award is the J.C. and Mary Holbert Scholarship. Established in 2007 by active FarmHouse members, alumni, and friends, the scholarship fund supports FarmHouse men who demonstrate strong academic performance and leadership potential. Recipients are expected to embody the values exemplified by J.C. and Mary Holbert, particularly in their commitment to leadership and fostering the success of others within their organizations and the broader community. Please congratulate Ben Bettis on receiving this $1,500 award. next award is the J.C. Holbert Memorial Scholarship. J.C. Holbert is recognized as one of the founders of the Iowa State chapter of Farmhouse. His leadership and vision were instrumental in the early success of the chapter. In honor of his contributions, the J.C. Holbert Memorial Scholarship was established to support members who exemplify the values he championed. This $4,000 scholarship is awarded to William Butel. The next award is the Taylor Williams Memorial Scholarship. Roger and Georgianne, would you like to come forward? The Taylor Harold Williams Memorial Scholarship is made in loyal memory of our brother Taylor Harold Williams, who was initiated in 2011. The recipient must be enrolled in the College of Engineering. Recipients of this scholarship must exemplify the farmhouse object and must be considered by their peers to be a builder of men. This scholarship is awarded based on academic excellence, integrity, initiative, and a strong commitment to leadership, career growth, and service to others. And as a fellow farmhouse brother with Taylor, he was a pledge class ahead of me, I can those all ring true of who Taylor was. So this scholarship is $5,000 and it's awarded to Dylan Gross. The next award is the Gaylord and Helen Wilson Scholarship. This scholarship is open to students pursuing a degree in the College of Ag and Life Sciences who are enrolled in at least their third semester at Iowa State and are active members of the Iowa State chapter of Farmhouse Fraternity. Applicants must exemplify strong academic achievement, leadership potential, and a clear commitment to a successful career in agriculture or a related field. This $1,000 scholarship is awarded to William Gerhold.
Yeah, Bill.
And the Lloyd Bettis Scholarship. Lloyd, would you like to come up? This scholarship was founded by Lloyd Bettis to encourage and reward academic achievement, leadership within the chapter, and activities and leadership on campus and in the community. This $2,000 scholarship is awarded to Daniel Nielsen. The Thomas J. and Georgia M. Vincent Scholarship. I haven't seen the Vincents here. Doesn't look like they're here. Thomas and Georgia Vincent established this scholarship to recognize and support a member who has exhibited the most significant growth in character as defined by the fraternity's fourfold development: intellectually, physically, socially, and spiritually. Recipients of this scholarship are expected to maintain a GPA of 3.0 or higher and contribute to the well-being of their fellow farmhouse brothers. This $1,000 scholarship is awarded to Henry Locke. Dwayne will be taking over for a while.
Thank you, Adam. Next up is the Carl Hertz Scholarship. Carl Hertz was the founder of Hertz Farm Management. He established a scholarship fund to support members who exemplify leadership and dedication to agriculture. Applicants must be seeking a degree in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and exemplify the values of excellence and ambition that were instrumental in his success as a leader and farmhouse man. The scholarship award in the amount of $2,500 goes to Matt Andrews. The Iowa Farmhouse Memorial Scholarship was established by the Iowa State Farmhouse Association to honor farmhouse brothers who maintain a fall semester GPA above the chapter average. Selection is based on evidence of commitment to the fourfold development. The scholarship in the amount of $1,500 goes to Nate Christensen. Lloyd and Catherine, do you want to come up next? The Lloyd and Catherine Bettis Farmhouse Fraternity Scholarship was established in 2013 by Lloyd and Catherine Bettis. This scholarship fund reflects their appreciation for the positive impact Farmhouse Fraternity had on Lloyd's life and honors the many friendships they shared within the farmhouse community. Recipients are selected based on academic achievement and financial need. This scholarship in the amount of $1,500 is awarded to Boyd Brinegar. Thank you. The Gary Raby Scholarship. The Raby Scholarship is awarded to a student member finishing his first year. One scholarship is awarded to a student member finishing his second year, and one scholarship is awarded to a student member finishing his third year. So for those doing math at home, that's 3 winners. I'd be as smart as I get tonight. Recipients are selected based on academic achievement, financial need, campus participation, and leadership in the chapter. All recipients also meet standards of integrity, ethics, initiative, and industry conducive to ongoing leadership, career potential, and service to others. Again, these will be 3 $1,500 scholarships, and they will be going to Aaron Schluter, meet your Joey Rippy. Joey? Maybe your mother calls you Joseph, I'm not sure. And our third winner is Seth Oltmans.
Yeah, Joseph.
Mary Claire. The Mary Claire M.C. Moorfeld Scholarship. This scholarship fund was established by a gift from Mary Claire Moorfeld, who made a lasting impact on the chapter and its members during her tenure as House Director. She might have even had an impact on me during the construction project. The recipient must have a cumulative grade point average above or equal to 3.0 and display strong evidence of community, chapter, and campus leadership. The recipient is selected having demonstrated gentlemanly conduct, exemplary integrity, ethics, passion, and respect for Farmhouse, as well as service to others. This scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is awarded to Levi Mann. Thank you, Mary Claire. Next is the C. Richard and Louise Connell Scholarship. This was established by C. Richard Connell. This scholarship fund honors his involvement in the Iowa State Farmhouse chapter and is dedicated to the memory of the late Louise Connell. Recipients are selected for exemplifying the farmhouse object and embodying the spirit of a true builder of men. This scholarship, in the amount of $500, is awarded to Jack Considine. With that, I'm done. Next up is Ross Jones.
You still have an hour and a half to go. Sorry about that, I've got way too much stuff to talk about. So for those of you who don't know me, I think all of you know me, but I'm Russ Jones, one of the advisors here at the house. I had the honor to be an advisor. I believe I'm going in my 10th year. I love every minute of it. The guys are fantastic. So without further ado, we'll keep going on. Now I'm going to present the scholarship for the Tobin Hagney Family Scholarship. This is made possible by gifts from Jim Tobin and Virginia Hagney with the purpose of supporting a student leader who exemplifies the farmhouse object and is a builder of men. The recipient is selected based on academic achievement, exemplary integrity, ethics, initiative, and industry conducive to ongoing leadership, career potential, and service to others. The scholarship amount is $2,000, and it is awarded to Cooper Harderson. Next up is the Handorf Family Entrepreneur Scholarship. This scholarship recognizes outstanding members who are pursuing or planning to pursue an entrepreneurial career. Recipients are selected based on demonstrated interest and initiative in entrepreneurship, shown through activities such as university coursework, participation in Iowa State's entrepreneurship programs, internships with emerging companies, or ownership of an entrepreneurial business. The scholarship amount is $1,500, and it's awarded to Sam Sedden. Next up is the Farmhouse Fraternity Scholarship Fund Builder of Men Scholarship. This scholarship is open to all active Farmhouse chapter members, and selection is made by the chapter advisors. So the other 74 of you, I apologize, but anyway, you can only choose one. And it is based on demonstration of leadership, integrity, dedication to the fourfold development. The scholarship amount is $2,000, and it's my honor to award this to Dane Mormon. Next up is the Iowa Farmhouse Magellan Study Abroad Scholarship. This scholarship was established by Riley Smith, Jess Phelps, and Clint Foss, and is open to all active Farmhouse chapter members participating in academic study abroad programs administered by Iowa State University. The intent of the scholarship is to support the expenses associated with study abroad. This award will be made at the time of the study abroad activity. The scholarship amount is $2,000, and we have 2 award winners. First award winner, who is not with us today because he's studying abroad, is Aiden Bauer. And the second is Joseph Aiken. Next up is another study abroad scholarship, the Lynn and Marilyn Benson Study Abroad Scholarship. This scholarship was established by Lynn and Marilyn Benson and is open to all active Farmhouse men or female students who are legacies of alumni members of the Iowa State Farmhouse chapter. Applicants must be participants in the academic study abroad programs administered by Iowa State University. The intent of this scholarship is to support the expenses associated with study abroad. Scholarship amount is $500 and awarded to, again, somebody who's studying abroad already, Carson Jones. Next up, we have the Dr. Owen J. Newland Memorial Scholarship. This fund was established by brothers seeking to honor the memory of Dr. Owen Newland, whose many professional and personal accomplishments, including being named a Farmhouse Master Builder of Men in 1998. Recipients must be enrolled in academic study abroad programs administered by an accredited college or university outside the United States and Canada. The scholarship is intended to help offset expenses related to study abroad, with awards made at the time of the international experience. Scholarship amount is $1,000, and it is awarded to Luke Ferdine. Last one that I've got is the Ron Orr Freshman Scholarship. This scholarship fund was established by brothers seeking to honor Ron Orr's contribution to the chapter. The recipient of this scholarship must have a commitment to advance the object of our fraternity and be high in scholarship and dedicated to leadership and service to Farmhouse, the university, and the community at large. To be eligible for this award, members must be in their first year of undergraduate studies, must have earned a GPA at least equal to the chapter average in the previous semester. The scholarship amount is $2,500 and awarded to Connor Raffy. Turn it back over to Adam.
Yeah, you haven't heard the last of us today, thankfully. Special recognition scholarships by the Farmhouse Association. The Association Board for the Iowa chapter has approved additional scholarships using the funds from the building loan endowment. The board is pleased to recognize this member who has demonstrated strong academic achievement as well as significant leadership and involvement within Farmhouse and on campus. $2,000 is being awarded to Aiden Bauer. There are a few other scholarships that are not on the application that the guys filled out through Farmhouse. They are specifically for the guys who submitted their applications on the One App system. So these are College of Ag scholarships specifically for Farmhouse guys. So the CJ Gogger Farmhouse Fraternity Scholarship. This scholarship fund was established in 2005 by a gift from Kermit D. Cogshaw to honor CJ Gogger and the positive impact that CJ had on Iowa State Extension and Farmhouse Fraternity. This scholarship is awarded to students in the College of Ag and Life Sciences who reflect CJ Gogger's commitment to excellence in academics, leadership, and service. $3,000 is being awarded to Logan Denver. the Frank M. Fox and Bertha D. Fox Scholarship. This scholarship fund was established in 2004 by a gift from Nelson Fox in memory of his parents, Frank and Bertha Fox, to recognize their personal sacrifices that enabled him to attend Iowa State University and become a member of FarmHouse. This scholarship is awarded to students enrolled in the College of Ag and Life Sciences who exemplify fourfold development. The $1,000 award is awarded to William Gerhold. The Lynn and Marilyn Benson Farmhouse Fraternity Scholarship was established in 2006 by a gift from Kermit and Janice Cockshaw to honor their affiliation with Farmhouse Fraternity and the lifelong friendship with Lynn and Marilyn Benson. This scholarship is awarded to students enrolled in the College of Ag and Life Sciences. Preference is given to students who display leadership in Farmhouse, the university, and broader community. $4,500 is being awarded to Aiden Bastion. Let's give our scholarship recipients and donors one more round of applause. I don't have a program up here, but whoever's next is next.
At this time, we're going to go to chapter award presentations, and we're going to start with the, oh, I hope I don't mispronounce this, the Darrell E. Snyder Award. And so I'm going to invite Jacob Mobley to come up. Not, oh, there's a button.
He's coming.
Okay. I don't have any jokes.
There he is.
There he is.
I'm sorry, I thought I had to talk to the bathroom. So this is the Darrell E. Snyder Award. I'll just read the description here. It is given to an alumnus who, by their deeds, has contributed to the growth and development of the fraternity and given themselves so that the ideals of Farmhouse would become stronger and attain a meaning that are beyond that of a mere words. I think as a Farmhouse collective, we are thankful that there's a ton of alumnus that deserve this award, that you know could be up for this award, but as a chapter, we decided to give it to someone that through his actions on A board has been a voice of our house of the active chapter and has stood up for what we think as an active chapter is best suited while on A board. He's currently serving his third term on A board, and this actually goes to my dad, Doug Moberly.
Okay, our next award is going to be the Friend of Farmhouse Award. So I'm going to invite Ryan Crawford to come up.
The Friend of Farmhouse Award was established at the 2000 conclave by a proposal by the Iowa State Chapter and Association. The intent was to be able to recognize those not within our membership for their contributions to our fraternity. Many successes of Farmhouse are owed to friends both at a local and international level. The purpose of this award is to recognize and honor individuals, families, firms, corporations, organizations, and others who have demonstrated a special friendship to any member, chapter, association, or the fraternity as a whole. The recipient must have made a significant contribution to FarmHouse and must honor and respect the object of the fraternity. This year's recipients have given their all to FarmHouse over the past 4 years, much like their son. Whether it be through serving on Mom's Club, helping with FarmHouse events and philanthropies, attending social events on Welch Ave with older members, or opening their home and tailgate to countless FarmHouse men, they have done their best to foster the growth of the young men in this fraternity. Please please join me in congratulating this year's recipients of the Friend FarmHouse Award, the Hanson family.
Dang, get up there.
Well, I should put on a tie.
At this time, we are going to present the Skinner Award, and our friend Adam Wolf is going to come up and present that.
Thank you. Guys, for those who don't know me, my name is Adam Wolf. I'm a fall 2021 initiate into the Iowa State chapter. The Joan Skinner Award is given annually to a woman who has unselfishly given of her time, talents, and love to further enhance the objectives and ideals of FarmHouse. At this time, I would typically announce who it is, but instead we have a video, and then I'd like to give some brief remarks about her before she accepts her award. So at this time,
Jamie, it's been such an honor to be able to work with you throughout this year, and we're so grateful for all that you do. I want to honor you in the fact that you put your best effort in all that you do, in the way that you serve us, and in the way that you care for us. We love you, Jamie.
So last semester, I kind of got thrown into the head of philanthropy role like 2 weeks before Burritoville started, and it was really stressful, especially because I also had a bunch of classes and a bunch of other stuff that I had to do. And I would not have been able to get through it and organize it all without Jamie's help. Kind of going in blind, not really knowing what I'm doing, how much stuff I need to get. And Jamie really was there throughout the whole thing. Just making sure that everything was getting done and making sure that we got all our supplies and that everything ran smoothly, and we ended up having a really successful Burritoville. And yeah, I just want to say thank you, Jamie.
Hey Jamie, just wanted to thank you for everything that you've done for this house. Something I really admire about you is your ability to keep us all accountable. I think standards definitely would have dropped had you not been here to make sure we say the right thing, that make sure we dress the right way. And I just think everybody really appreciates everything that you've been able to do to keep us accountable in this house. So love you, Jamie.
Jamie, it's been an honor to work side by side with you the past 2 years. Thank you so much for your help in those first few months when things didn't just always go my way, and you always helped me figure it out. You knew just when I needed help, and you didn't push. You just asked what you could do to help, and thank you for that. Thank you also for your friendship, which I will always treasure.
When I think of Jamie, I just think of someone that's super hardworking and is willing to give anything to FarmHouse. I think of the time when I was assistant alumni director here, planning a golf outing. she's always up and at 'em and always just willing to help with that. One of the kind of funny stories too with that is, she had a bunch of leftover iced tea from a previous event and just kind of helped me load my car with full of iced tea at like 7 a.m. in the morning. Jamie's just someone that's super always positive, always willing to make connections with guys, and yeah, just super excited that been able to get to know her very well, and yeah, just best of luck in retirement.
Jamie remembers the little things about us, just like the things that maybe we say in casual conversation around her or to her, she remembers that and will always ask us about those things. That really means a lot. She invests into our lives and celebrates with us, is our big supporter, but also is there when things aren't going so good. She always is there to check in on us. Her kindness is just undescribable. She is just the nicest person ever. So thank you, Jamie.
Running down the road, trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. The 4th one on me, 2 the ones know me once. She's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand. Take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say baby. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose, we may win, but we will never be here again. So open up my mind and so take it easy. Running down the road, trying to loosen my load. Got a world in trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover who won't blow my cover. She's so hard to find. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say baby. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. Oh, we gotta be easy. We ought to take it easy.
Jamie, if you'd like to come up here. ahead of her 6 years as house director at FarmHouse, Jamie had retired after 40 years teaching in Nevada, kindergarten, first and second grade, and she came out of retirement to have a job with, probably like the only job that had worse working hours and with lower average IQs than kindergartners, college-age fraternity men, and has spent the last 6 years teaching us. I was trying to think of a story that I had, and I have many, but I was talking to Ryan Crawford ahead of this, and Ryan Crawford had a pretty good story about, so at his first waiter duty, he broke a plate, and he got in trouble for breaking the plate. And he said, so from then on, I was afraid of Jamie until I realized that she was actually a cool lady. And I think that actually, so many of us have had these moments where we have learned that Jamie is not afraid of giving criticism. She was certainly not afraid to offer support, and she always encouraged us to be the best that she could be and the best that we could be. She always had our best interest in mind, and she announced at her final chapter meeting, which was last Monday, that she had been seated in that room for about 180 chapter meetings, and so I think that that's probably a fast track to sainthood. Those meetings were quite redundant, and you made it through a lot of them. On a personal level, Jamie was invaluable during my year at the helm here. For those who lived under a rock or weren't there, we had all sorts of things that we went through during my year, and I remember I sat down with Jamie right like at the beginning of my term, and she said, Adam, we have to talk about something. I was like, okay, this is awesome. I've been on the job in like 72 hours. We're getting a new chef. I said, oh, we're doing what? The food isn't great, but like we can make it. No, I think we should get a new chef. And she helped guide me through our hiring of Diane, and I think that we have all been so fortunate that she was the one who was adamant that we make that change, because it is really indicative of our brotherhood that she and Diane work so well together. We've had such great food over the last 2 years, and before that, I don't think we realized how bad it had gotten. So I'm very grateful for that. I think that we all out there, you have 74 different stories about little moments that Jamie has impacted our lives, and I think that that is so much of what I know we will miss going forward. Is you were seriously invested in each and every one of us, and as much as we wanted to get to know you, you always wanted to get to know us. And so I think that we all attribute our success, both in this organization and doing things on campus, in part to you and to your wisdom and your support. So with that, I actually have like multiple things to give you. So we'll start here. This is your plaque. So can we get a picture with that, and then and then also, because Jamie is retiring, the chapter has gotten Jamie a retirement gift. So here is a cutting board with our crest, Jamie Hewitt, and we have all signed the back of it as a token of our appreciation for your countless hours of supporting us behind the scenes, and also having to teach farmhousemen how to cut lettuce and onions for lunch burgers. We figured that that was the right move. So there you are. And we wish you all the best in retirement, and thank you so much for your many hours of support.
My first week I was here, I broke 35 plates. Which none of you know that. But the table collapsed, but it was still my fault. Farmhouse, this is what I say to every mom's club. Farmhouse is magical. Something happens here, you know, as far as alumni coming back, the men's growth, the commitment of the alumni, both in time and money, is wonderful. I will put a plug in for your 100th. You might have noticed that they had the Eagles playing, which is one of my favorite bands. And there's a part in Hotel California, it says, and I can't remember exactly what it says now, but that you don't know that you have the key to your answers. And I think for you all, if once you see someone that you So if Eugene doesn't have the phone number of someone that he has, phone numbers don't change anymore. You have the same phone number and you will have the same phone number your whole life. And so I would encourage you all, if you're commuting, if you're just doing something in your board, call a random farmhouse friend and just encourage them to come and build that friendship. Because it's a joy to see people getting together and actually loving each other. One thing I do say to the men, and this is the backstory, my mom drove me crazy. She would always say when I went out to dry, because don't hit a deer. Okay, well, you know as well as I, if the deer's gonna hit you, it's gonna hit you. And it was driving me crazy until my son John said, you know, she's only telling you she loves you. So as you go and travel your world, I'd like to say to you, don't hit a deer.
Thank you, Jamie. At this time, we're going to present the Heritage Award. So I'd like to invite Jack Cohen, Logan Demling, and Luke Holloman up.
Thank you very much, everyone. We had the opportunity this past week to interview a very prestigious farmhouse member who has really given back to our chapter throughout this entire time and really, we feel, embodies the characteristics of a farmhouse man. And so we decided to do a little write-up on him. In the lives of men who strive for all things that are highest and noblest, there will be those who go above and beyond. It is our duty to honor these accomplishments and achievements. The Heritage Award was established to annually recognize an alumnus who has sacrificed their time, pleasures, and comforts for the betterment of their fraternity, community, and profession. Dave Hagan is the definition of a farmhouse man who represents the values we strive to uphold on a daily basis. Dave grew up in Austin, Minnesota, living in a town, but often working on his uncle's farm, picking up rocks and cleaning animal stalls. Those experiences developed his roots in agriculture, which he found a passion for. During his time in high school, he was advised to check out Iowa State with its impressive agriculture majors and specifically its Greek life. After falling in love with the campus here in Ames, he decided to major in farm operations and go through Rush Week. Following several house tours, the fourfold development and strong character of farmhouse men proved to be the deciding factor in choosing his future home.
During his time in Farmhouse, Dave served as both business manager and president. Dave saw the opportunity to hold an executive position as one of the best ways to give back to the house. Holding a leadership position allowed him to deploy the strengths of every member to better the house. Following his graduation, he took up a job as a lender for a bank, helping cranberry farms in Wisconsin secure loans. He has remained in the banking industry and has since moved back to Ames, where he now calls home. Following his time as an undergraduate, Dave found his way to stay connected to the house by serving as the association board president. His time working as a banker allowed him to stay close to the entire Greek community, working to help houses secure loans for development. He noticed that most houses were looking to follow in the blueprint set forth by Farmhouse.
Dave credits his fourfold development during his time at Iowa State for shaping him into who he is today. Living in the house pushed him to make lifelong connections with the men in the house as well as his peers, professors, and alumni. By surrounding himself With other exceptional men, Dave took on the mentality that average is not aspirational, and to always strive to be better than what's expected. Dave encourages everybody to take a chance on a leadership position and capitalize on the opportunity to improve themselves in the house. When it comes to defining how to live the life of a farmhouse man, there's no better precedent to look for than the one that Dave has set forth. And yeah, shout out to Dave.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. We are going to present the Doan Award. So I'm going to invite our advisor, Russ Jones.
Before I present the Doan Award, I have a couple things to share that Truman forgot to share with you or chose not to share with you. I had the privilege of going to FLI this last January with the guys and learned a couple things about this farmhouse chapter. I always knew we were special until things happened, and it really made me stop and think about how special the Iowa State chapter truly is. They really started encouraging this year that every chapter bring an advisor. So I sat in a room, not every chapter brought an advisor, but I sat in a room, I think it was a 27 chapters, and an advisor. And I learned something. One of our fellow chapters in the SEC, and that's as far as I'll go, I won't throw them under the bus, but obviously down south, a couple of years ago, their air conditioning went out in the house. And the guys turned to the A board to fix it. And the A board said, we don't have the money. And the guys didn't have the money. They went 18 months without air conditioning. So big thanks to our alumni that do donate and give money back to this house, because that would never happen here, especially with Eugene skimming off the top. But the other thing that I thought was really, really an interesting fact, this was the 35th year that they presented the Ruby Cup Award. And the Iowa State chapter has won it 17 of the 35 times. I can't say enough about this group of guys that are in front of me, but especially these seniors that we're going to honor here in a few minutes. Like I said before, it's been a privilege to serve as an advisor and look forward to doing it for at least one more year. Well, my term comes up, you'll have to vote me back in if you want to. Oh, wait a minute, you'll be an alumni, but so you don't get a chance. So anyway, it has been a pleasure, and it's my honor right now to present the Doan Award. We had 8 seniors that were nominated, which surprised me because there's a lot more seniors that are well deserving of this award as well. But the 8 that were nominated are fantastically deserving. I'm going to read one of the nomination letters for each of the 8. And when I read the nomination letter for you, one of you 8, please stand and be recognized. And I'm going to do this in no specific order. So even though Adam's first, I'm not doing this alphabetically. So Adam, please stand. Adam Wolf. I have never seen anyone show as much dedication and sacrifice to a single organization as Adam has for Farmhouse. He devoted his time, put his health on the line, and stood as the face of our house during its most challenging times, doing whatever was necessary to keep it strong. I could list countless reasons why he deserves this award, but what truly sets him apart is his character and the kind of brother he is. Ryan sacrifices a lot for the house. Despite his late start joining as a second semester sophomore, he's had a lot of influence on the house, especially in the social and physical parts of the fourfold. He is a big motivator for others to push themselves physically, demonstrated by his personal achievements and leadership in events such as Squawktober. He also chose to live in the house as a senior so that he could serve the house on exec, both as treasurer and new member ed. I think he has been a great influence on a lot of younger guys in the house who I know look up to him. He is also very academically driven, and I know he will see a lot of success professionally from his hard work in the classroom. Dane Hansen. Dane is the true embodiment of what it means to be a farmhouse man. Dane doesn't just follow the fourfold, he lives it, striving to lead others to Jesus through his involvement in Kairos, motivating others to push their limits in their physical health, making conversations with anybody about anything, and encouraging others to reach out for mental health when they need it, are just a few ways that Dane shows us every day what it means to be a farmhouser. Dane gave me the best piece of advice that I could have received being a scared freshman entering a fraternity. He simply told me, just be you. Dane doesn't have a problem being 100% authentic every day, which is a true joy to have in Farmhouse. I couldn't thank Dane enough for how he has impacted my life, and I know that if I could name anybody as builder of men, it would be Dane Hansen. Sean Carver. I don't believe Sean's with us, is he? Sean has spent the duration of his time in Farmhouse serving others, always trying to better the house and the men in it. How you do the little things is how you do everything, and Sean always does the little things exceptionally well. I picked Sean as my pledge dad despite being the same age as him because of how much I looked up to him as a sophomore pledge. The impact he makes on his brothers has always been immediate and significant. Sean has been unwavering in his commitment to servant leadership throughout the time in the house. He sits at the breakfast table for hours every morning, sipping coffee, doing homework, and connecting with everyone who comes by. It seems inconsequential, but the small act of always making sure no one eats breakfast alone starts everyone's day off on the right foot. Sean does the innumerable, seemingly small acts like this that make such a much larger difference than he realizes. He has always done the best in trying to bring out the good in others and knocks that goal out of the park. Sean has helped shape me into the man I am today and has always been an integral part of influencing the good during his time in the house. Jacob Moberly. Jacob has consistently been a vocal and strong but tender leader in my 3 years in the house. He is always connected with the entire house and holds everyone at a high standard while still encouraging fun. I will never forget my freshman year when he invited me to an away football game with other sophomore men, and I will always look up to him and be grateful for that. Isaac Levy. Isaac cares deeply for the men around him in Farmhouse. He served as recruitment chair for 2 semesters and ensured P&Ms were quality men. After they joined, he intentionally maintained the relationships he had fostered while recruiting them. While some would rather stick around their regular friends at times, Isaac loves talking to and getting to know the guys younger than him. He does it because he wants to make others feel welcome. During periods of division in his time in the house, Isaac treated each brother with respect and never gave in to temptation of speaking ill of other members just because they viewed the world differently. He is an excellent representation of Farmhouse to the Greek and Iowa State community, specifically in the College of Ag and Life and Sciences. In his interactions with members of CALS and other groups, he consistently shows how men of Farmhouse should act and treat people. Isaac builds men by the example he maintains within himself. He is a man of high character and integrity who should be considered for this high honor. Nathan is one of the most genuine and caring members of our fraternity. Throughout his time here, he has exemplified the core values of service and brotherhood that our fraternity stands for. He always takes time out of his day to encourage and support his brothers, and is one of the first people that you can go to if you need someone to talk to. Nathan has always been one of the upperclassmen that I look up to the most and aspire to be like one day. He always puts others before himself, and I believe he is the most deserving for this award. Nevin Stark. Nevin has been a great leader in the house, and he has really helped me to grow a lot in my faith. He's always giving really good constructive criticism that has helped me grow and improve. He is not afraid to stand up for what he believes in, and he always pushes everyone else to be better. He is also a really good leader for the Catholic guys in the house, leading Bible studies, being a great role model, and leading by example. I'm going to read one more nomination letter. This is for the winner. This class of seniors is an all-star crew. Most of them are the top students in their respective colleges and leaders in their organizations, and all of them strive for excellence. However, when it comes down to the person who has built the most men up and is truly a builder of men, this man's name is the name that comes to my mind right away. Without further ado, it is my honor to award the Doan Award for 2025 to Dane Hansen.
We got a couple guys that would like to say a few words to the chapter. Corby?
Thank you. Hey, I know it's getting late. I promise I won't keep you. So I introduced myself earlier. I don't know how many of you know I'm on IEB. I've been on for a couple years or so. And just a couple things that I want to talk about and a story to tell. First of all, Russ, you took my thunder. Who was at FLI? Raise your hand. What did you guys ask me to do? Remember? So here's the deal. Russ said Iowa State chapter has won the Ruby Cup 17 out of 35 years. Unbelievable, but no surprise. I tried to get that old Ruby Cup to come to Iowa State. Couldn't get it done. Allison wouldn't give it to me, but I tried. I just want you to know, okay? But when your name is on that for over half, maybe someday it'll come back to the house. So congrats, guys. You well deserved it. So, yeah, good job. I want to touch base real quick and then tell you a story of maybe why I'm bringing it up. I think most of you know one of our main strategies going into the next few years is growth. And if you haven't heard, our growth goal is to reach 3,000 FarmHouse members by the year 2030. That's across our country, Canada. We're currently at 1,750. It's a huge number to pursue, okay? I don't think you guys have been in touch with anybody from IEB yet, but you will. We have been reaching out to some of our smaller chapters, maybe some of our chapters that are struggling a little bit, trying to get them on board, explain the why. But you will hear from IEB here probably next fall about that. But I can tell you simply, what you do here from a growth standpoint and reaching out is here. And everybody on IEB knows that. All I can ask you to do just keep it up. You're where you need to be. We want you to stay there. But we might be reaching out to some alums, some of you, to help tell that story of how you get that done. So FYI, more to come. But I want to finish with a story a little bit, and it probably really is about not necessarily growth, because I'll be honest with you, 3,000 is a number. I'm not sure we're worried about the number, but it's about what we're doing to get there. I think some of you know, I'll tell you a story about my dad first. Dad was a farmhouser in 1949 through 1951. Dad was a quiet farm kid. Came to Ames, met a guy by the name of Dwayne Ocker. Dwayne invited him to farmhouse. Dad got to be a farmhouse member. He wrote in a story that I didn't know anything about till after he passed away. Farmhouse changed his life. All I know is I wish I would have known that story. I wish I would have known for my dad why farmhouse meant so much to him. I don't have any hard feelings, but it would have been great to know that growing up as a kid. Here's my encouragement to all of you. Reach out to those friends that you have back home, to family. Tell them your why. Tell them why you became a farmhouser and why that's important. And the last piece I want to talk to you about is there was an article written by the same Dwayne Ocker a number of years ago for Farmhouse. And in that story, it talked about why we are builders of men. Why are we different? And I think Dwayne summed it up this way. We pursue good men, and we make them great. And I don't think that's any different from 50 years ago or today. You reach out, you find the good men that you know, you get them in here, you make them great, you help them take the next generation and the next group of farmhousers, and we do that for life. And it not only makes you a great leader at Farmhouse, it makes you a leader at home, at your occupation, at whatever you do. You guys are here. You know how to do it. Keep it up. Keep growing what we got here. Help our other chapters get there to make a difference, not because of a number, but to help young men, good men, become great. Thanks for a few minutes, and thanks for allowing me to be here and touch base. So thanks.
Craig, do you want to say anything? Craig or Lloyd?
Yeah, thank you. Craig Harris, initiate of 1965 of this chapter. If you can do the math, I'm old enough to be your grandpa. So the thing about being the oldest guy in the room, thank you Lloyd and William, is that a lot of these things that we've talked about today is that you approach it from your standpoint of it being a historical sort of thing. No, I got to live it. Because 60 years ago this month was my first Founders Day here at Iowa State. And in those days, we had founders at Founders Day. Roy Watkins was a founder. His son Jess was in the house the same time I was. Paul Williams, the farmer from Villisca, Iowa, was a founder. He had two boys in Farmhouse, Don and Dave, in the 50s. And those guys, plus two or three other of the founders, were at our Founders Day in the 1960s. So, at the time, I did not fully appreciate what I was getting to experience. And I just wish we could have had video, cameras and all that sort of thing to record some of those events that happened back in those days. And also means Thanks for the Moms Club still being here 60 years later. My mom was a charter member back in the 60s when the FarmHouse Moms Club got initiated or started. So it's fun to see these things last this long, and here we are coming up on 100 years of this chapter in the next 2 years. I'm glad to hear that we've got a committee that's gonna really make that a big deal, because I can tell you from the standpoint of the international office that will also be a big event, because Iowa State obviously is one of the premier chapters in the FarmHouse International Fraternity. Now, I've been on the International Executive Board, elected 25 years ago, and at that point, I just thought all FarmHouse chapters were like the Iowa State chapter. Yeah, no, that's not the way it works. There are some chapters that are struggling, and they need lots of help and support. And you guys that went to Leadership Institute, you know who some of those chapters are. They just struggle for membership. They do not have the alumni support, the alumni base in their university setting that we have here at Iowa State. We are very fortunate, as exemplified by the wonderful scholarships that have been passed out today. It's just amazing. And that leads me to my next point. As a member of the FarmHouse Foundation, of course, this is our April month of giving, when we do a concentrated fundraising effort for our Excellence Fund, which is our annual operating fundraiser to support things like Leadership Institute, To Be and Become, Conclave, all these events that support and actually pay for the attendance for the members of FarmHouse to attend those sort of things. So hopefully you'll be able to do the sort of things that support the FarmHouse organization for years to come. This is a great organization. We've been around almost 100 years in this chapter, and it's going to be here for a long time to come, thanks to the support for all of you undergrads, as well as the alums that are here this evening and are not here. So, and during our April month of giving, there's one thing we need to concentrate on besides just raising money, and that is having the most donors participate in the month of giving. Because as you know, last fall, we were the recipients of a pretty good tailgate party. Yeah. Well, so far, the last time I looked at the website, Iowa State was still in the lead over Nebraska by a pretty good margin, but we don't want them to sneak up on us in the last minute. So if you want to make sure that you're going to have a whopping good tailgate next fall, get those donations in. It's not a matter of how much you give, but a matter of just participating. So I think we're on the path to having a good result. But thanks for being such a good bunch of supporters. Thank you.
All right, before I sing our closing song, we have a very special person who gets to attend these events with us every year, and it was her birthday this past Easter. So, LaRue, we are gonna all together sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear LaRue. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. You are so wonderful and so handsome. And so good looking with all of your jackets and ties and so on. I live at Green Hills Retirement Community. And sometimes we have talked about you fellows, like telling them how wonderful you are. And some of my friends that have no affiliation with FarmHouse whatsoever say they are the best. So others take notice of how good you are too. And I appreciate that, and I know that you appreciate hearing that too, because you're just the very, very best. You were when my husband was a member here. We graduated in 1951, and it was a great group at that time. It's a great group since then, and a great group now. And thank you so for being so very, very kind to me all these years. My husband and my son were both farmhouse. My two daughters were sisters. They don't have sisters anymore, but they enjoyed being here. And you're just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
As we close,
You can tell them that I was 96.
Lori says she was 96.
On Easter.
On Easter, wow. Yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I've been thinking about this a while, what I'm going to say when, with the opportunity as alumni director to thank all of our amazing alumni, and I couldn't really put it into words. We're just extremely grateful for all of you. It is a very generous and very selfless thing to do, to give to us like you have, and it changes our lives, and it's part of what makes this place what it is and great. And I can confidently say from what I've seen that nobody's doing it like you guys do it, and that is amazing. So from the bottom of our hearts, I speak for the whole chapter and I say thank you, alumni and supporters, just for all that you do for us. Couple more thank yous. Thank you, Jamie. You always have a special place in our heart. We're always gonna love you. We're always gonna welcome you, and we're gonna think back on our time at FarmHouse and remember you and the impact you had on us. So thank you for everything you've done for me and for everyone else here too. Thank you to Mom's Club for the amazing food today and your work and your willingness to just jump in and get things done. So thank you for that. Thank you, A-Board, Association Board. Thank you, Lisa, our new house mom. Thank you, Ben, my Assistant Alumni Director, for all your help in making today a possibility. Without all these people, without all the active members, we couldn't have this celebration today, but we also couldn't be FarmHouse. So thank you all. This marks the end of Founders Day. I appreciate you all coming. Thanks for being here and being supporters. And with that, we're gonna rise and close with the Builder Men Creed. You best build lives of other men, who starts from within. So when the job's all done, the judge will say, a master builder passed this way. Thank you. Have a good night.